So how have you been since we last spoke?
Pretty good.
Okay. Since our last meeting, we talked about you going to get a job and handing out resumes and meeting with the employment counselors, and I'm just wondering how that's going.
Honestly, I haven't really had time to do any of that. I've been really busy with school and stuff, so yeah.
And I know we also spoke about you kind of arguing with your mom and maybe not getting along so well, and has that changed at all?
Not really, because I've been asking her for money and stuff, so she's still kind of, yeah.
So she's
I
upset
couldn't remember
that
the
you're-
word.
So you're asking for money and your mom doesn't particularly like that because you... So the last time that we spoke, we kind of agreed that it would be beneficial for you to get a job, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so what were some of the reasons that we talked about that would be good for you to get a job, if you can remember any of them?
I guess to have money, my own money, so I wouldn't be fighting with my mom so much, and I wouldn't have to ask her for money. And I don't know, I would just have money.
And going out with your friends and stuff. And
Yeah.
Okay. Do most of your friends have jobs?
Yes.
Okay. And is there any specific reason that you really haven't wanted to look for a job as of right now?
It's not that I don't want to, it's just I really don't really think that I have the time for it.
Okay. So you agree that having a job would be good though in terms of money?
Yeah.
Okay. So you talked about how you argue with your mom and stuff if you ask her for money, is that right?
Yeah.
So do you think that maybe if you had a job it would be good because you wouldn't argue with your mom about money as much?
Yeah, I think it would help, the relationship with my mom. I've just been really busy with school.
Okay. It's a hard life. All right. So we spoke about going to see employment counselors and kind of going in and building your resume and cover letter and putting some qualifications, because I know that you do really well in school and you're a very sociable person, so I think you'd really benefit from having a job. And I know that we spoke about going in to talk to somebody about job counselors and kind of going in and building your resume and cover letter and putting some qualifications, because I know that you do really well in school and you're a very sociable person, so I think you'd really benefit from having a job. And I know that we spoke about going in to talk to somebody about jobs that you might be interested in. And do you kind of plan any jobs that you might like any specific stores or positions?
Probably not fast food, because that's greasy. But I heard. Sorry.
Yeah, so you don't want to work in a fast food environment kind of thing.
But I also heard that if you work at McDonald's, you get 50% off.
Okay,
so that's pretty good. That's a plus. Because then I would save money.
So then you wouldn't have to ask for more money and stuff like that.
Exactly.
And is there anywhere else you kind of looked at that you might think?
Maybe clothing stores.
Okay.
Retail, I think would be fun. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, I know a lot of your friends work in retail, so I think, you get along well with them and you're a sociable person, so I think, getting along with people easily would be really good to work in retail. And I think we spoke about winners, was it, last time?
I think so.
Yeah. So on one hand, I see that you think that you would benefit from a job and you feel like having the money would help you not argue with your mom as much. But on the other hand, I can see that you're not really handing resumes out, so can you see where that kind of conflicts?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you think that maybe even asking your mom to help you search for a job would be beneficial?
Probably. I'd assume that she'd be up for that, because if I had a job, then I wouldn't have to ask her for money, so, yeah.
And I know you said that you were kind of putting it off because of school as well, so you're busy with school.
I am.
And you've applied for university and stuff like that?
I have.
Okay, so I know that you put school first because you're a very hard worker, and I know that you would be able to get positions. There's positions available for people who, are looking for very little part-time work, maybe one shift a week or every other week, so that the one, not working that much, but a couple shifts might help you out with money, but then you can still focus on school?
Yeah, I guess that would be better to just have like 1 to 3 shifts a week or something. But
Okay.
I also feel like when it's your first job, a lot of places are like looking at your availability specifically, and if I don't have like, if I'm not available all the time, then I don't see why they'd hire. Really.
Yeah, your
I don't know.
availability. Well, I know that it is going to be your first job, and I know sometimes it's stressful to apply. Have you spoken to any of your friends about how they can cope with juggling school and work?
Yeah, like they say it's not that hard, like it's pretty easy, but I know most of them usually work on the weekends, so then they have the weekdays where they just like focus on school and get all their school stuff done. And
Yeah. So do you think that you would be up to work on weekends and stuff like that?
Yeah, like sometimes it would suck because I'd have to like give up some like time I could be spending with friends, but I guess if they're all working anyways, it doesn't matter, so weekends would be cool.
Yeah, so you could put in your availability. So I know that was one of your concerns we spoke about a few minutes ago about not really having much availability, but if you could put in your weekends, I think, do you agree that that would be something employers would look at?
I think so.
Okay. So I know you spoke about how you kind of argue with your mom about things other than money as well, and have you kind of spoken to her about, maybe going to see a counselor and talk to somebody about...
Like going to see a counselor with my mom? Or going to see a counselor with
Yeah,
my
I'm
mom?
just wondering, have you spoken to your mom about going to a counselor with her, and maybe that would help your relationship in terms of you guys fighting a lot?
Can I bring her here?
See me?
Yeah.
Well, I don't really specialize in relationship stuff with mothers and daughters and whatnot, but I definitely could refer you to somebody who would be able to do that. I know a lot of people who would be really good for you guys to talk to if that's something that you would be interested in.
Yeah, sure. I can talk to her about it tonight and see what she says, but if you have any people to
Yeah,
refer
I
me
can
to,
totally
then
refer you to
that's
them.
cool.
Okay, so I kind of want to set some goals with you for coming back next week because we meet every Wednesday. So I want to look at some things that we can do to improve the situation right now. So you want to get a job. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to refer you to one of my friends who is an employment counselor, and she can get you in to help you make a concrete resume and cover letter and stuff like that. And I think that once you have all that done, it might be easier for you to go get a job because you kind of feel secure with that stuff. But not only will they help you with that, they're going to help you look at places that are hiring. I know that you said you were interested in working at Winners, and they are actually hiring right now in the location near here. So I think that it would be nice for you to apply somewhere that you think you'd be comfortable in. And like I said, you have really good relationship skills to talk to people and social stuff like that. So I definitely think you would be really good in terms of working at somewhere retail. So I can definitely refer you to that if you, feel as though you really will look for a job. Is that something that you think would work or help you?
Yeah, I think it would help, definitely.
Okay, and do you get support from your friends maybe if you asked a friend if they could go with you, or maybe, like I said before, your mom, if they would maybe go with you to look at places and maybe assist you while you're handing out resumes?
Yeah, I talked to one of my friends about it, and she said that she would come with me, like walk around the area and just hand out resumes, and I'm sure my mom would like drive me around if I asked.
Yeah, so you think that would help you if you had somebody with you kind of supporting you while you were doing that?
Yeah.
Okay. So during today's session, we spoke about how you would definitely benefit from a job, and we've agreed that you going to see the employment counselors would be good for you in terms of getting a good resume and cover letter. And we also spoke about how that would help your relationship with your mom because it would show her that you care and that you want to put in that initiative and not just ask for money and not necessarily pay her back. We also agreed though that going to see a relationship counselor might be beneficial for you and your mom in terms of you guys arguing, and it might give you a few simple ways through programs and just getting to talk to somebody about that with your mom, and it might help you guys be able to build a stronger bond together and, you know, maybe not feel like you guys have to fight all the time. Did I miss anything?
I think you pretty much talked about it all. I think the really important part is just trying to mend the relationship with my mom because lately, like, I want to have a good relationship with my mom, but lately I feel like she thinks that I'm not willing to, like, put in the effort to, like, try and mend things with her. So if, like, making my resume and going to, like, hand it out, like, I think even that would help. And I don't know, I just want to show her that, like, I do want to try and like, I want to be on good terms with her and stuff, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think that we covered a lot of things today, and I have the card over there for the employment counselor that I can give to you, and I can actually set you up a meeting tomorrow after school if you're available.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, well, I hope you have a great rest of the day.
Thank you.
And I will see you next Wednesday.
Okay.
Lit!